most of the things that I do and most of the things that my friends do because my body can't handle it.
What words of advice would you have for other doctors in regards to this, these ailments?
I would say try to learn, first of all, learn about these conditions. Try to go in the internet, learn, read about these conditions and the symptoms and the presentations and the histories. There's quite a bit of information if one searches for it. And the other advice would be when you identify this patient, realize that they need continuity of care, that they need support. People who are in this illness that can be so debilitating require support over a period of time.
With chronic fatigue, it's just by the name, it's incredible amounts of fatigue with very little exposure to exercise or work. Incredible pain that is far more extreme than expected for the amount of stress that's been put on the body. For example, if I was to walk a block, if you and I were to walk a block, for a patient with chronic fatigue syndrome or with myofascial pain syndrome or FM, it could be the equivalent of 2 miles. And I won't have any effect after walking a block, you won't, but they will. It's an exaggeration of the stresses on the body. Mental fatigue, sleep deprivation, all these things feed into the condition that create a cascade effect. One feeds on the other and it just escalates to a case where depression can be part of it.
Is there a fix? More research. Is there any kind of a test to determine pain response? I don't know. Make it more visible? Is there a way to make it more visible? I think there's still more questions than answers. And that makes it really hard. Until some of those questions get answers, is there a fix? It's one of those big unknowns. But keep working together. Understand each other. Be patient.
With this video and our new website, there is hope. Through education, group interaction, and meaningful dialogue between doctors and patients. Our objective is to increase awareness, not only to patients, caregivers, and doctors, but to the general public, who needs to understand what these people are going through. What may come as a surprise is the fact that every one of these people may look strong and healthy, yet hours after this video is recorded, they could find themselves suffering from the terrible effects of these ailments. It can strike at any moment, leaving those afflicted on a roller coaster ride of pain and suffering.
We have been involved with fibromyalgia for 14 years, and I see a big, big difference in 2008 than 1994. People talk about it, they're much more aware of the illness, there's more coping strategies, and there's much more research being done. So I'm very, very, I think the future is much more promising.
Yeah, the future, yeah, I'm very hopeful for the future, that as people can share their experiences and learn from each other's experiences and get the support from the community. It's been an incredible experience, and yeah, it's going to continue.
Yeah, I think what you see on your camera today is a bunch of patients, but if we call them expert patients, probably more accurate. We have lived with this cursed conditions for such a long time that we learn how to deal, how to cope, and we really owe it to the newly diagnosed to help them understand that they can cope as well.
If you wish to support our organization as a donor or as a sponsor, contact our office or website for details. Our organization is there to help you. Why? Because we understand. Because the future is hope.